Okay, what's up, folks? So today is February the 9th, 2025. And so, first of all, I want to say thank you to any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers that have come on board. We appreciate it. Please join us over at Discord and let's get the conversation going as far as trying to find the edge in the market. So, if you got some ideas that you want to kind of hash out, join me over on Discord so we can put it into a program and see if it's viable. Anyway, so what I want to do today is I just briefly want to go over one of the changes that happened with TradeStation Update 84. So let me pull this up. So here is my chart. If we go up to, not help, but if we go up to apps and then we go to TS Today, you see that you have the layout here. Now from here, what you do is go to what's new, update 84. You can hit view more, and then it'll show you what's in update 84. So you can either click on that, you can click on update 83, it'll show you what's in the previous updates. But if you click on update 84, now here from this right arrow, you can see things that have been updated. Here, the first one is options chains and radar screen has been updated, I think, so you can do 5 options chains simultaneously. I haven't gotten much into that. We've got some changes with the pre-market sessions templates, as well as the session ended dialog box, that as well. One of the main things that I'm interested in, though, is down here. The global dictionaries item added events are logged. So that's very interesting to me. Let's see, what else is on here? Scanner, web link, EasyLanguage, toolbox, yesterday, chart analysis, definition of volume. The main thing I'm interested in is the global dictionary. So let's actually put this into some perspective. So when you're on the chart here, if you say we have this low here, and I'll just box it out. Okay, and now this low is broken. This low breaks this low. You might want to save this bar into a global dictionary. And then once you get this low here, and now this bar breaks this low, you might want to save this bar into a global dictionary. So that, and the idea of putting it in a global dictionary is so that on another workspace, you're actually able to capture the bar from the other chart. You're able to capture that information from another chart. Otherwise, you can't do that. So we want to be able to use the global dictionary so we can communicate from one workspace to another or one desktop to another. The problem is that when this new item is added, in the past, when this new item was added to global dictionary, there was no way for you to really know that unless you were checking on every bar. So one of the things that I would do is, let's go over here to the main display. So I might do something like, so my global dictionary is here, GDET values. That's my global dictionary. I might say something like, on every bar I might check, and I'll say if GDET values dot count. So the number of items in the dictionary, if the count is greater than a bar ago, then we might check to see what's in the dictionary, or if something new was added to the dictionary or something like that. And so in order to capture the count of a bar ago, I don't think that this is a series. This does not like have historical data. It does not have series data. Let me see. It might even tell us. So if global dictionaries dot count of a bar ago is greater than 1, then plot 0. Okay. So you see that it says the property you're attempting to refer to as the historical value doesn't have a historical value, or the local variable has no history, right? So that's pretty much what I was saying, is this has no history. So what you then end up wanting to do is maybe take value 1 or value 50, whatever, and then assigning this count to that variable. And now you can just say if that value 50, is greater than value 50 of a bar ago, then plot, or then print new item added, something like that. Okay, and so we don't have any errors with that, so that works just fine. Okay, so now we don't have to do that though, because now apparently they've finally gotten us the item added information. Okay, so what it looks like if you make a new chart, let's do a untitled show me. We'll just make this called delete. Now if we go over here to our toolbox and we find global dictionary, I never use global dictionary out of this toolbox though, so I might have to pull it up. Okay, and if you don't see something over here that you expected to see over here, then what you have to do is like right click on either one of these, right click on one of these headings. We'll right click on the Eric G, we'll go to choose items, and then now this is all the stuff that we have to choose from. Most of this stuff you can see has a check beside it is already over here in my toolbox, but global dictionary does not. Couldn't find it. Well, I don't see it over here. I'm sure it's not global value, but I thought global dictionary had its own toolbox item. I mean, I don't see dictionary either though, so maybe not. All right, but if you were to find it over there, it would be over there. Otherwise, what you have to do is this is the way I had to do it anyway. So let's just go back to this little short script that I created to test whether or not the items added is actually working properly. So what you do is you go up here and you go to the dictionary, this item here, click on dictionary. Then when you click on that, it'll give you this guy. Okay, when you get that, all you got to do is type into this search field here, item added, and then it'll give you here, it'll show you that item added is one of the properties or one of the events of global dictionary of this namespace EL system collections. Okay, so you double click on that, and then you come over here to the right pane, and then you take this information and you copy it. Okay, because this is the information that is going to be necessary to get the data about the item added event. Okay, so we can kind of move this over. Okay, so here, once we have the global dictionary instantiated and initialized with a name, and that we're going to share it across workspaces and across different application types. Now you want to say that, and I didn't do it over here because this is pretty much the receiving one, but I have another indicator. I don't know which indicator I did it on. I could have done it on either one of these, but looks like I did it here. This is the indicator that I was working on, and so this global dictionary is called the same thing, GDET values, and yes, we're sharing it across different apps, and we're sharing it with the share name. Okay, and now if we have an item added event, we're going to use the method event handler called GD item added. This is the method GD item added. Okay, and then this is what we copied from this dictionary. What's in parentheses here is what we copied from the dictionary. Okay, and then you just need to open and close your block, and now you'll just put into this block whatever you want to happen when the global dictionary recognizes that a new item was added. I said I wanted to print the words new or the string new item added, And then I also want it to print the value of the new item added. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back here to, we're going to go here, and I'm just saying that if we're on the last bar of the chart, that we're going to add a new item to that global dictionary. Now the item is going to be, the last time I tested it, the item was Eric, but I want to make the item Eric1, and the value that we're putting into, that we're assigning to Eric1 will be 32. Okay, so now we're going to open this whole thing back up so you can see from a bird's eye view. Okay, so I'm going to clear the print log and then come back over here, and then I'm going to hit verify. So once I verify this script here should run this on the last bar. It should add a new item called Eric1 with the value of 32. And once this gets added to the global dictionary, this other indicator that also is using the global dictionary will use the item added event handler, and it will tell us that something happened. So otherwise, you might want to use that information. You might want to use this value in this new indicator, but we're not doing that right now. So, but this is a really good update that they did here. This is a really good update. All right, so I'm going to verify this one over here. 3, 2, 1. All right, verified it. Now we didn't get anything over here, so let's figure out what's going on. All right. Okay, so G item added. Whatever we did while we were working on the script, it ended up disabling the script. Okay, so the script is disabled. So even though we already have it verified and everything like that, we have it verified with the new information. So now all we need to do is just enable the script. So once we enable this, the Eagle indicator should pick up that we had a new item added to the global dictionary. All right, so we're going to go ahead and enable this. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, so it did capture that new item was added, and it gave us the value of that item added. All right, good. So that's pretty much what we're looking for. And we have a few other pieces of information here, just because based on our program, we said if the value is greater than value of 50, this was what we were doing earlier. Then we said print new item added, which we didn't need to do this. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. I'm gonna add this. Change this to 320. Okay. And then clear this out. And then I'm gonna make that one bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and re-verify that script. 3, 2, 1. Boom. New item added. Okay. All right, good deal. And we got that new item added. Now we only got it. New item added the words one time, and then we got the value one time. That's because we went over to our script. We told it to type new item added as well as the value. So it only did it one time each, which is what we would expect. Okay. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. Now I will tell you that update 84 has had some significant bugs as well, leading to a lot of screen crashes and that kind of thing, particularly on the radar screen. If you have certain vocabulary in your scripts or certain components using certain reserved words. Now, Coach EasyLanguage, he gets a lot of the credit for figuring this out. As far as I'm concerned, I hadn't found anybody else that beat him to the punch as far as figuring out what these issues were. But I did get that white screen of death, and it caused my platform to crash, and I had to uninstall TradeStation and then reinstall it, and it's a whole mess. But Coach EasyLanguage was pretty much able to figure out that when on radar screen, if you use the words, you have to. So let me show you. If you're using an order ticket or something like that, using an order ticket, not an OSO, regular order ticket. Using an order ticket, where you have account here, if you put get account ID, there is a reserved word, get account ID, and it's just supposed to get the account ID of the account that is primary for whatever type the symbol is. Okay, so again, get account ID, there's get account, and then there's get account ID. And I use get account ID quite a bit as well. But if you use that in radar screen, then it's going to kick it back. It's going to give you some quote analysis error, and then it will freeze up your computer. So that's an issue there. And then I think somebody else also was able to discern that there's another issue, and I forget what that one was, but it's also in setting all this up. And I saw in the forums that person said that they had, they've been running their scripts for 8 years or so and never had any issues. And now all of a sudden with update 84, they've got issues and crashes. And man, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. So I'm sure TradeStation's in the process of getting this fixed. But in the meantime, kind of need to be aware of that. Limit your creativity with radar screen unless you are okay for your entire platform to crash. And then the other thing is that apparently, like I'm in the first wave, or for this last update, I was in the first wave of the rollout, and I had issues, and I went ahead and uninstalled the update, uninstalled the platform, and then reinstalled it. You can't request to be in a certain wave, right? If you don't want to be a guinea pig and be in the first wave, you can't say, hey, I want to be in the third wave of the rollout. You can't do that. Now, they do have a beta group that's supposed to be kind of doing some of the testing, and they get some of the newer updates so they can be those guinea pigs. And as I understand, you can request to be in the beta group, but it must be a request, and they won't just put you in that without your explicit consent. So that's a little bit of reassurance, but there's no reassurance in the fact that there's been so many crashes with this new update, and it hasn't been resolved yet. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.